What is up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. This is your man Dre Mack coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mack Show. This particular episode is going to be a really kind of short episode. I just want to live chat with you guys, talk about the Flash movie, kind of what I expect in all of that. I'm going to go see it tomorrow at noon, so I'm not going to have a live show in the morning because the movie is like 2 hours and 24 minutes. You add in trailers, I'm gonna be there for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I didn't want to do a I couldn't go to the 3 o'clock show on today because then I'll be late for work, and I'm not trying to be late for work. You know what I mean? Got to get the coins first, son. Um, but what I'm going to do, because I'm going to a 12 o'clock show tomorrow. So when I come back, I'm going to do a live non-spoiler. Of course, I'm gonna do a short fresh out of the theater, but I'm going to do like a non-spoiler reaction once I get home. Um, and then do it like that, So in the morning, I won't have a live show and I will put it in the community page on the channel so you guys can see that, so while there's not a morning show, got to get a little rest so I can be able to watch the movie tomorrow at noon. And then we're going to talk about it. Well, we're going to just do a non-spoiler, my thoughts and all of that once I get home and do a show from there. So that's kind of what's going to crack or whatever. Hopefully you guys are happy and healthy this morning. And you guys are having a really good day. I am. I'm ready to get this thing started. You already know what we do. The real question is, right, let's get into this or whatever. If you're watching this, whether you're watching it on Twitter, you're watching it on Facebook, YouTube, make sure you just give me a thumbs up. Especially if you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up because it really helps push the video through the algorithm. So please, thumbs up, thumbs up. That's all I ask for. I don't ask for any money or anything like that. All I ask for is a thumbs up. That's it. All right. Before I go any further, I am getting close. I'm literally 200 subscribers away from $2,000. I mean, 200 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So hey, Dre with the 5 o'clock shadow, take it away.
What's up? This your man Dre Mack. Want a chance to win a little bit of my money?
Got my money?
Well, all you got to do is like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. You know why? Because I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers.
Baby needs shoes. My wife needs clothes.
Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, if you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, you will actually have a chance to win a $100 gift card.
Message.
Again, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $100. Want a chance to win? All you got to do is do that, and I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully, you're the winner.
Again, $100 gift card giveaway once I hit 2,000 subscribers. So if you're watching this on sorry about that. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to have a live chat where I'm going to give away $100 to anybody who's in the chat. So if you type hi in the chat, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be eligible, for that $100. So you know what I mean? So once I hit 2,000 subscribers, so don't forget, like, share, subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Twitter, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. All you got to do is click the link to the YouTube channel, go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm telling you, the work that I've been doing, because people don't really understand. I literally get off of work. I got to come up with a show idea. If I didn't do it the night before, I kind of get been thinking about it all day. But come up with a show idea, make sure that I'm giving you guys a really good show, and I want to reward you guys for that hard work that I put in, just to make sure that you guys are entertained and that you guys have a good time. So go ahead and do that for a brother. You know what I'm saying? I personally appreciate it if you hook me up. You know what I mean? So Also, a new show is coming from the Dre Max Show and Blue South Live. We got a brand new show that's gonna be coming really, really soon, Mondays. And we're gonna get the time. Once we get the time and everything, the time down, we're gonna have a Monday show. The Dre Max Show on Blue South Live. You know what I'm saying? Present. This is just gonna be a new show. We got a title, but I came up with a title, and I got to get with the other parties, put it more like that. And I think the show is going to be super, super, super dope. And this for y'all to catch me on the evenings too. I know y'all catch me on the morning show. You know what I'm saying? I love doing a morning show, but this is going to be an evening show. You know what I'm saying? With our the host Mika G, and Blue and me. You know what I'm saying? Did that rhyme? Yeah, it kind of sound kind of that's kind of corny. But it's going to be Mika G. Mika G is going to be the host, and me and Blue is on there. We're going to be doing our thing. So make sure you guys checking this out. You know what I mean? And we're going to have a lot of fun on the show. And that's the main thing, fun. Give out a lot of information. We might even, battle back and forth. You never know what you might see, but that is going to be the plan for the future. So make sure you stick it to this channel. Make sure you stick it to this channel. Once this thing starts rolling, I want all my day ones to be here because we're going to have this thing cracking. So again, I appreciate you guys who subscribed to the channel, who fooled me from day one since I rebranded and started talking about, comic book movies and all this other stuff. So again, much, 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 much appreciated. So let's get to it. Before I see The Flash, and again, tomorrow I'm going to go see The Flash on the noon show. And I'm not even going to hold you. That's early for me. I'm not even going to hold you. That's early. I try to get, there's no other show that's earlier than that. If they would have had a 2:00 show today, I'll be there today. But they didn't have a 2:00 show. So it was 3:00, and I'm not leaving no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I already know you here. I already know you in here. You know what I mean? But yeah, so with the Flash movie, okay, so of course, I'm not gonna lie, with all the coverage that was going on with Jonathan Majors in the heat he was getting, and nobody was giving that same heat to Ezra Miller, I still feel a certain way. That's my feelings. I still feel a certain way. And I'm not gonna even hold you act like I don't, because I do. I still feel a certain way because I feel like that brother was attacked like super hard. And when it came to other parties, not so much. And I didn't like the way that went down. At the same time, this man is Ezra Miller's an actor. He's going to be performing in this movie, and I want to see what his performance looks like. And what I'm hearing from people is, he does a really good job. You know what I mean? He does a really good job in this movie. So I kind of want to see that. And I'm going to put personal feelings aside. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of unfair. And what I mean by that is that I go in with a prejudice because I feel like this dude should have had the same energy as the same energy as Jonathan Majors guy. But I'm basing this purely off his performance. Do I think he should come back to the DCU? When this gets, since James Gunn is taking over? No, I don't believe he should come back, but that's not my decision to make. If he comes back, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Well, I can sign a petition. I can say recast Ezra or whatever. You know what I mean? And I could do all of that. And then, once I ain't gonna go there. You know what I mean? I'm just not gonna do that. What I'm gonna go in is I'm gonna just base everything. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. I'm just gonna go in with the notion of this guy's an actor. How well is he performing as an actor? I don't care about. Personal feelings aside, I don't care about my personal feelings. I care about, is this movie enjoyable? What is the story? Is the story going to be a complete flashpoint? That's one of the other things. Because I look at story and plot and how this sets up the future of the DCU. So how is the story and plot implies to the Flash going back in time and trying to save his mother. And if anybody sees the animated Flashpoint is one of the best animated cartoons that's not from DC. I'm gonna put it like this: from DC, the Flashpoint is completely dope. It's completely surprising that I didn't put nothing on in the back. I kind of forgot. I ain't even gonna lie. I kind of forgot. But you know what I mean? But that animated Flashpoint, dope. So I want to see what they can do with this Flashpoint story with Ezra Miller's Flash. Is he going to meet the other Flash from the CW? You know, is Superman and other, because we already know Ben Affleck, and I'm be honest with you, I haven't watched any of my favorite channels because they've already said, well, this is the way the ending is, and this and the other. I'm not watching New Rock Stars. I love y'all, but I'm not watching y'all right now. You know, my man over at Heavy Spoilers, you know what I'm saying, Paul, I love you, Paul, but I'm not watching your channel until I watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna do my show and then watch your stuff. You know what I mean? But so, like I said, if this is Flashpoint, if you have no idea what Flashpoint is, basically Barry Allen goes back in the past, saves his mother, but it changes the complete future, and he has to go back and do a lot of timey-wimey, whippity-doo, and it changes everything up. What up, Dirt? Derpy Entertainment is in the house. Are you ready? You know what I mean? So some timey-wimey, flippity-flu, and then everybody is in this new universe. This is just a short way of putting it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more complex than that. But it's a very good story. And this was at a time where I think, like, well, in the Flashpoint animated cartoon, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm more of a Marvel fan than I am a DC fan. And I've told the story before. When it comes to DC, I buy Batman comics, especially if it has a Joker in it, since that's one of my favorite villains of all time, is the Joker. You know what I mean? I got a few Superman stories. When I say few Superman stories, I got the Doomsday collection. That's what I got. You know what I'm saying? The Death of Superman, and then I have a reprint of Action Comics #1. You know what I mean? I've known spoilers for a while now, but for this, but I told you I'm not going to be that guy. Yeah, please don't. Please don't be that guy, because like I said, I want to go. First of all, I'm going with a clear conscience of not seeing Ezra Miller and being like, where's the heat? I'm not going to go in there like that. So what I want to do is I want to go into the movie, into the film, clear conscience. I don't know nothing. I'm a noob, almost like, the casual fan. The casual fan that goes into these movies has no idea what Flashpoint is. They barely know who the Flash is. And the Flash has been a mantle that's went around to a few other people. You know what I'm saying? So no, Barry Allen is, or Wally West, or these other guys. You know what I mean? So I want to go in there like I'm a complete noob, like I don't know nothing about nothing. In number one, enjoy myself. Is this movie going to be enjoyable? Am I going to watch this movie and be like, yo, I really have fun. I enjoyed myself. There was twists and there was turns and it was, excuse me, y'all, and it was this and it was that. And I really enjoyed everything about that film. That's what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying? Can it be better than the Suicide Squad by James Gunn? You know what I mean? Can it be better than Aquaman? Can it be better than Zack Snyder's version of Justice League? Which is, I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for a bunch of slow-mo stuff, that mug is dope. The snacks, I keep saying snacks. Zack Snyder's version is really, really good. You know what I mean? It's just a couple things that's there's too many slow-mo. Like, man, how you gonna have Aquaman, who's supposed to be the defender of the ocean, break a bottle right next to the beach he's supposed to be defending because he's drunk? Yeah, I had a problem with that. But I say this: the movie is a tribute to the DCEU, and go for the Flash character on the big screen is fun. What's surprising? Remember, this would be the reset. Yeah, and with them doing a with them doing basically Flashpoint, I kind of already knew that this was going to be a reset. We talked about this a lot, when James Gunn, and I've done videos about what James Gunn could do for the DCU, which I believe, I personally think James Gunn was the perfect person to hire over at DC. You know what I mean? Because he could be able to see all the mistakes that Marvel made and be able to course correct it in the DCU. You know what I mean? So that's my personal take on that. So it's the core soft reboot movie prior to James Gunn, except the ending and credit scenes that I have no idea about yet. I know the setup. Okay. So I know there's a post-credit scene. There's supposed to be a big cameo. I'll wait to see it. And I'm not gonna lie. So I watched Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I've seen all the DC movies. I've seen them all. Shazam: Fury of the Gods was so disappointing for me. You know what I mean? It was so disappointing for me. I thought it was going to be way better than what it was, and it was like a step backwards. So a course correct is exactly in line for this type of thing. And shout out to everybody who's coming into the chat. If you got questions, make sure you put it in the chat, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Just thumbs up. That's all I ask for. Thumbs up in the chat if you're in. But if you got any questions in this live chat, this is before I see the Flash. So I don't know nothing from nothing. I haven't seen it. I don't know nothing. Nada, zippo, zilcho, in nothing. So if you want to put any questions or things in the comment, just don't put spoilers. Just do not put spoilers in this. You spoil the movie for me, I'm booting you off tops. You know what I mean? So just do not put spoilers. But if you have a question for me, put it in the chat. But like I said, this goes for the Flash character more than Keaton, because if you know Flashpoint Paradox, it may be something familiar of outcome. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like we've been waiting for before Ezra Miller turned into the Reverse Flash, after the pandemic. We were all waiting for a Flash movie. I wanted to see Reverse Flash. I thought that would have been awesome. You know what I mean? To see Reverse Flash. But I mean, Ezra Miller became that in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we got our money's worth. But I want to see what they do what they do with this character. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me try to pull up who is directing this movie. God. Was it Andy Muschietti from a screenplay by Christina Hodson? So I do want to see, especially when they know that this is going to be the end of the DCEU and going into the DCU. What are they going to do? Was this enough? And I'm saying this, and again, I'm looking at this. I'm not going to be biased in my talk. I'm going to come from a place of logic in this. Is Ezra Miller's performance, now he hasn't done anything, since like 2022 or whatever. They said he's getting help and everything. So I'm coming from a non-biased perspective and completely objective and completely logical. Is this enough? Is this film? And this is another thing that I'm going to be looking at. Is this enough to keep Ezra Miller in from the DCEU to the DCU? You know what I mean? And I'm saying this for a reason. It's going to sound biased. I'm saying this for a reason. He did a lot of things, right? He did a lot of crap, right? Does his performance outweigh his past, right? There's a performance in here is so good that you can't help but put him in the movie, right? Put him in the future movies and stuff like that. Keep him from the old regime and insert him into the new regime, right? Now, I'm saying this for a reason, because if he it turns out he got excellent performance. The guy, the guy is, is star quality. He's doing a lot of, he's bringing a lot of, and Derpy, I'll get to your comments. He's bringing a lot of heart and energy, and he's he's doing a lot of things to bring this character even more to life, right? Because he's playing a character. His job, no matter what he did, he's still employed in his job, and his job is to make movies, right? His job is to make movies, right? To be a character, to be an actor of a character, right? If that is enough, then I want to see what others do when people get in trouble. To knock Hawarta, you know what I'm saying? And Jonathan Majors. Is it enough? If he can do it, does that justify the things that these people have been alleged to do? And going forward, we could put it to the side because he's still doing his job. Only question that I got, you know what I mean? And that is leading me to some of these questions. So let me get more to the questions here. To me, this movie is meaningless. Anything DCEU related, I could care less. But this movie is the core of the rest of the reset for James Gunn DCEU. Okay, I heard it's pretty good and heartwarming. I'm gonna see it Saturday. I think it will because the storyline elements being told. That question gives you vibes of RDJ in this past. But the thing about Robert Downey Jr. is that at the time, at the time of when he became Iron Man, right? I think it was like a year or two after he got out. I think the man got out of prison, right? And at that particular time, the Marvel Cinematic wasn't a Marvel Cinematic Universe. This was the first movie, right? And they made sure to have an insurance policy on Robert Downey Jr. just in case he went back to doing Robert Downey Jr. things at the time, if you get what I'm saying. So there was an insurance policy. And again, this was the infancy of a cinematic universe. Now everybody wants to do a cinematic universe. Hell, Transformers wants to do a cinematic universe now. I want to say Transformers. Hasbro wants to do a cinematic universe now because of all the properties that they have. Nintendo wants to do a cinematic universe for all of the properties that they have. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to do some type of cinematic universe. But remember, at the time, they were in their infancy. So if it wouldn't have worked, they could have easily recast and nobody would have batted an eye because there was no one that was like, yo, we can't wait for the cinematic universe to start and we got this and we got that. There was none of that at that particular time. So if you look at it in this perspective, since we now do have big stakes, big money, because all of this, let's be real. No matter what Ezra Miller did, no matter what Jonathan Majors is accused of, no matter what Robert Downey Jr. did, no matter what Josh Brolin did, no matter what Tanak Huarta is being accused of, the studio is there to make money. Do you think these studios honestly give a damn about allegations when they know they have a star in their hands and will rather push their star? They don't really care. They will now, some will fold to pressure depending on how much pressure it is. But I'm going to give you this. The 13th, June 13th was supposed to be Jonathan Majors' court date. Still, nothing about this man's court date. Nothing. I know him and Megan Good are dating. I know that I should be able to switch places with Jonathan Majors. That would never happen. You know what I'm saying? They were shopping for rugs over in, you know what I'm saying? Just the other day. That's what I read. But nothing about Jonathan Majors' case. Does this not ring? All I'm saying is when the studio has stars, they don't give a damn about these allegations. They'll push a movie. Have you forget all about how Josh Brolin, you know what I'm saying, put his hands on his wife 2 years or a year and a half before he was Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy. Remember, at the end of Avengers, that was a black dude who was the face of Thanos. But in Guardians of the Galaxy, that was Thanos. That was Josh Brolin. A year and a half before that, he was in an incident with his wife. So we got it. I'm just, all I'm saying is The studio knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to go on a long tangent, but just to give that. Because the Flashpoint Paradox, if you read it or watched the animated film, that's one of the most emotional and darker DC stories that I don't think it could be fully told on the screen in this movie. Fully told on screen, this movie is the best. It will probably get the best. We'll get probably. Just thinks DC fans have to waste storyline like this to do a reboot, but it makes sense because the mess that is the DCEU and Snyderverse, where ideas instead of storytelling and world building. And we have to remember, Time Warner bought Warner Brothers or Time Warner Discovery bought into this IP. You know what I'm saying? Warner Brothers was struggling. All of this stuff is to make money. And this is what I somebody commented on my toxic Snyder people back 5 months ago, when all the Snyderverse people was coming out in droves, and it was hashtag fire James Gunn and blah 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 blah. Man just took the job and y'all already trying to fire the man. Let the man cook first. The problem with those particular type of fans, though, is they're not seeing the bigger picture. Because if you're truly fans, you would have bought tickets to go see this. You wouldn't have to worry about James Gunn taking over and calling it the DCU. You wouldn't have to worry about that if you make competent films. You make a film. You have a guy like Zack Snyder who lost his daughter. You know what I mean? Who lost his daughter horrifically to suicide, and he has to deal with his daughter. Instead of just putting the movie on hold, you want to compete with Marvel so bad that you allow Josh Whedon to finish that, and it was terrible. It was completely horrific. Let's be real. When you compare the Snyder cut compared to the Whedon one, it's horrific. It's terrible. It's out of tone. It's out of character. It's terrible. Y'all didn't go out in droves. Y'all went to go see Civil War. Y'all was like, I'm not going to watch that. I'm going to go see Civil War. Because remember, Batman v Superman and Civil War was at the same time. And Kevin Feige went dumb. He was like, oh, y'all going to do Batman v Superman? Okay, I got something for you. What about Iron Man and Captain America in Civil War when they fought in that iconic pose of them fighting? Oh, I got something for you. And completely demolished Batman v Superman at the movies. Completely demolished. You know what I mean? So it's that, remember Suicide Squad? Yeah, yeah, Will Smith. Yeah, literally had, some of the greatest actors of our time in Suicide Squad, and it was a complete hunk of trash, a hunk of burning trash. That's what it was. Jared Leto's Joker, trash. I don't care what. I'm sorry. I'm saying this as a Joker fan. As a Joker fan, trash. TRASH, 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 trash. With a hint of juice at the bottom of it where the maggots drip around that. Yes, trash. So let's not act like they were just pushing movies and, oh my God, this is the best. No, it needed to be rebooted. It was way too many executive hands in the plot to make that, to try, and they were trying to emulate what Marvel was doing. Just do your own thing. One thing that I like about DC, and they've done it in their animated series, they're darker. They're more darker. There's more grittier tones. It's gods versus man. You know what I mean? It's literally Batman v Superman should have had the intelligence of Bruce Wayne versus the might of Superman. You didn't need a bootleg wish version of Doomsday. You know what I mean? You didn't need that. But this is what DC did. It did. People act like, oh snap, why they rebooting? I don't like that. Why they doing this? Yada yada yada. Dude, it was trash. It was all over the place. It wasn't good. The tone of Aquaman didn't match the tone of Batman v Superman. And then you got other films that just there. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It did not make any sense. You know what I mean? And it didn't, and again, not only that, you have a whole separate universe with another Batman and another universe for Cassie Chandler. Because if they can have, 3 Batmans in a year. At least can I get another T'Challa that's not a bastard child? You know what I mean? Nothing against the kid, but you know what I mean? Recast T'Challa. You know what I mean? They got 3 Batmans. They got literally 3 Batmans in the last couple of years. We can't get a T'Challa. But anyway, just letting y'all know that. Recast T'Challa all day. All right, let's get to some of the comments. I'm no Snyder fan. Never will be. I hated Affleck's Batman because he killed more than Keaton, and Batman doesn't kill. If you, oh God, is it Cinema Sins? Derpy, I don't know if you're a fan of the YouTube channel Cinema Sins. Cinema Sins did a kill count of Batman for Batman Returns, knocks Ben Affleck's Batman out the water in the kill thing. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. That's the best version of Batman that the DCEU put out. But prior to the Batman movie. But to me, just personally to me, that's been the best Batman. Like he's like Frank Miller's Batman. And I love that gritty old, you know what I'm saying, type of Batman. And I feel like Ben Affleck is the perfect Bruce Wayne and Batman. Even though we didn't get to really see his Bruce Wayne persona for real. You know what I mean? We didn't really get this because they didn't make a solo movie for Batman's Ben Affleck. He was in these team up movies, which sucked. It didn't suck. It sucked because we didn't get to see Ben Affleck in a solo movie just be Batman. You know what I mean? So, I do personally like that version. And yeah, Batman doesn't kill, and I get you on that one. But I ain't gonna lie, it was awesome. I cheered. You know what I'm saying? All right. Besides the combat and gadgets shown off, and Affleck's Bruce Wayne, I hate Affleck as Bat. I like him more as Batman. But again, I didn't get to see him as Bruce Wayne enough for me to kind of determine the two. That's just me personally. What up, Tim Talk? What's going on, man? Make sure y'all subscribe to my man Tim Talk's YouTube channel at Tim's Talk. I'm seeing the movie this evening. I'm going to go see the movie. I was going to do a 3:00 show, but the movie's too long and I don't want to be late for work. So I'm going on noon tomorrow to go see it. So I'm avoid all spoilers and all of that. And then once I come back from the noon show, I'm going to do a live chat, non-spoiler chat with you guys before I go to work. So make sure you guys are looking out for that, and make sure you guys are checking out Tim Talk too. So James Gunn said this on his podcast the other day, telling everyone what the difference is between the MCU and the DCU. All right, Tim, you a god. Ben is Arkham Asylum. Yes, Arkham Asylum Batman. And you played any of them Arkham games? He does not play. Nah, he's more the Dark Knight Returns. Batman doesn't kill or as brutal. Frank Miller's version of Batman. Frank Miller's version of Batman is, oh my God. Ooh, boy. That's all I'm saying. Manute, my cousin, my brother, Manute is in it. What is up? I actually enjoyed Patterson's Batman. It was straight up detective story. I agree. Which we never had, and it was dark and emo, which to me, that's how a young him would have been. I mean, a rich kid who sees his parents get killed would so end up emo. And I actually agree. Like me personally, as far as like Patterson's Batman, what I liked about him, he was a detective. And I liked the movie because it was a more detective story. I did need a little bit, I wanted to see more of him as Bruce Wayne, but I know that that's going to come in future movies. I think he's in Earth 2, you know what I'm saying? But, I did like him, though. That's what I'm saying. That's what Affleck is. Frank Miller's Batman does kill. Frank Miller's Batman is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And to me, those are Frank Miller's Batman. The reason why that's so expensive to get because it's one of the better Batman stories. Now there is, I mean, like I said, I got a book where Batman doesn't know if he's in. Now that's probably one of the best stories I've ever had. It's like Batman. I bought this in Tennessee too, but Batman basically doesn't know if he's dreaming or not, and he ends up at Arkham Asylum. It is so, oh my god, that's one thing. Now I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a Marvel fan, but when people take their time to write like the Three Jokers and these Batman, what's that, the Dark series or no, Black series, some of the best writing ever. But Dre, I give me second on James Gunn's comment. Gotta type it all out. It's all good, man. Type it out. You got time. I'm gonna be on here for about another 7 minutes before I let y'all go. But James says to follow. I know you got to type it out, but yeah, that Batman story is so incredibly good. The Three Jokers. Oh my god! I went to the I bought the first one here in KC, and I go to Tennessee for my birthday, and I go to a comic store, and it was like they didn't give you a card, and he had the Joker card that he was like, don't even trip, I got extra. Threw me a Joker card. Man, love that. Man, it's so good. So good. Tim Burton based his Batman directly from Frank Miller. They had to tone it down for a PG rating back in the day in '89. And yeah, Batman said, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." You know what I mean? We got to get Keaton his props. Man. Keaton was so underrated. And he was so underrated as, let's think about it. Rico, he was so underrated as Batman and as Bruce Wayne. Because as Bruce, you would never think this dude was that rich. Just the way that Michael Keaton looks, he literally was a perfect disguise to be Batman. Literally, because if you was to see this dude out on the street, like, I know this ain't Batman. A 6'3" dude with muscles and all of that, you'd be like, I can see that. Robert Pattinson Batman, you would have never thought that dude would be Batman. If you looked at him, you're like, dude, that dude is not Batman. But what I would like to see, now I want to say this, what I would like to see is that Patterson version of Batman, his Bruce Wayne be akin to the Bruce Wayne from the animated series. Because that is the best Bruce Wayne of all times. Kevin Conroy, God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? But to me, the best Bruce Wayne ever. Because he could be Bruce Wayne and then he flips to be Batman. Dope. And Master of the Phantasm is the best Batman story of all time. I don't care what nobody say. That would be my number one Batman movie of all time, Master of the Phantasm. My man Mark Hamill is Joker. Oh my God. Let me not get into it. Best Batman story to me. Best Batman story. But again, what are you guys looking for as far as the play? Okay, I got to you. Let me get to this. Comment real quick. If you look at the MCU, there are very few traditional superheroes. There was never a guy with a secret identity until Spider-Man. But there are more fantasy elements in the DCU because there are these. That sequence with Vicky Vale, excuse me, when she didn't know he was Bruce Wayne, Keaton's performance was stellar. I mean, yes, Master of the Phantasm, Batman '89, the Dark Knight, 1, 2, and 3 for me. That's 1, 2, and 3, literally. Because I love Master of the Phantasm. I think literally that's the thing. Man, it is so good. But Master of the Phantasm, Batman 1989, The Dark Knight, my favorite 3 Batman movies of all time. That's 1, 2, and 3 for me. 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, Keaton's performance, ridiculously good in Batman 89. And again, he plays it so cool. You would never think that dude would be Batman. You would just never think that that's the guy. That's Batman. Hell no. Not Keaton's Joker. Jack Nicholson's Joker. You know what I'm saying? I think Hamill's still the best Joker. You know what I'm saying? Next to Heath Ledger. But Mark Hamill, man. In that story, Master of the Phantasm is good, dude. That is good. Really good. And again, I'm just waiting for your to finish yours. And then you guys got any questions for me? Make sure you put it in the chat. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, or if you're watching this on Twitter, go to my YouTube channel, like subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up on the chat on the channel. When I hit the 2,000 subscribers, you're going to be entered. You're going to have a chance to win a $100 gift card from me. So make sure you put it in the chat. Please, please, please. Make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on Facebook or you're watching this on Twitter. All right, let's see. It said larger than life superheroes. And for James, there's Superman, Clark Kent. There are two different characters. You have to find a way to deal with them as grounded and as real as possible. And this is what I did like about with James Gunn. And I said this way before James Gunn took over for DC. They need to have Bruce Wayne. They need to have Clark Kent and Superman in the realm of what Christopher Reeves did. And everybody like, anyway, Christopher Reeves, that we need to go more progressive. Dude, Christopher Reeves Superman is the personification of Superman. I don't care. And the only other person, Brandon Routh, was the only other person that brought that Christopher Reeves, the way that the persona of the two characters. You know what I'm saying? The Clark Kent and the Superman. You know what I mean? And they're right. You know what I'm saying? That is a real difference. You know what I mean? So if he can give me a story that matches the tone of the original Superman, especially the Donner versions. Dog, I'm on board all day. I'm on board. I'm literally on board. Always wanted the Fleischer type tone movie that's more modern. I'm personally, I want that Christopher Reeve Donner version of Superman. I think because Superman, even in the comics, dude, Superman cares about, and I heard James Gunn talk about that. Superman cares, like when he went to go save the cat from a tree, he was just happy to go do it. Like he cared. You know what I'm saying? I don't need him brooding. I don't need him trying to be Batman. I need, almost damn near naive, Superman. The optimistic Superman. You know what I'm saying? The fumbling, bumbling Clark Kent. You know what I mean? It was just kind of awkward. You know what I mean? I like that. You don't have to make it corny. Because if you go back and watch the Donner cut or Superman 2, you go watch Superman 1, it's not corny. It's not like, it's not corny. He made his persona awkward on purpose. And I like that. And it was awesome. Christopher Reeve had the perfect mix of all shucks assuming Clark Kent with the confident. Absolutely. All I know about the story he'll use for Superman Legacy, and that's it. We need, yes, Goku. Just, man, that's a perfect, because Goku he want to fight all the time, but Goku is just so innocent and just Jesus was like, you don't kiss your wife. Yes. But I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Do you guys have any questions for me? Let's put it in the comments if you have any questions. And I'm gonna let this go for a couple more minutes. If you guys got questions, put it in the chat and I will answer your questions. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to this movie. For the simple fact is that I'm gonna be real. We haven't seen anything good from DC in a minute. I mean, Suicide Squad was good. I love Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see. I want DC to win. I do. I want DC to win. You know what I mean? I do. I really want DC to win. Superman All Star and what's so funny about Truth, Justice, and the American Way? That's the story I think is his inspiration for Superman Legacy, and that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Any questions? Any questions for me before I start wrapping this up? You know what I mean? And you know, once you see this,
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
and you already know, you know. But I want to get some of you guys' questions before I go. If you do have questions for me, bro, my forehead's so big it just slide my hat back. So wrap it up. You heard that. If y'all don't have any questions or whatever for me, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm gonna give it a couple more. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes or whatever, just in case if you have any questions or anything for me. And again, if you're coming in, you're watching this live, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. If you haven't, just give me a thumbs up on the video. If you're watching from Facebook or if you're watching from Twitter, make sure you go over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm giving away a $100 gift card once I hit 2,000 subscribers. I am 200 subscribers away from the 2K mark. You know what I mean? And I thought it was gonna happen on. I ain't gonna lie, because I hit like 5,000 subscribers on TikTok so quick. I thought it was gonna happen like that on here, but you know. Do you think the DC fans matter more or the general public to win over James Gunn? I believe, for me, to answer your question, Dirk, I believe the general audience, but knowing how James Gunn did what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy, he's going to win over the fans. The fans is eventually going to win, is going to be won over. It is especially hard. I will say this: he makes Superman Legacy, Superman Legacy, right? And he makes it in a way where the hardcore Superman, I'm talking about hardcore Superman fans that's been rocking with this dude forever. If he could bring them back, I ain't got no problem with anything else. Now the millennials, and now I ain't trying this, but a lot of people don't know about those old stories. They didn't know about what's going on right now, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. But again, these are opportunities for these younger people who are looking to get into Superman. Give them that classic Superman. Give them that classic Superman. You don't have to make everything so super progressive where it just becomes you have the far right talking about, oh, look at this woke. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm gonna be real. I don't want to hear that. What I want to see is good storytelling and a classic character come to life. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts. You got to wrap that forehead up, B. All right. So I'm going ahead and wrap this up. If you guys don't have any more questions, thank you so very much for tuning in with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man. If you like these early morning talks, subscribe to the channel, man. I do this every day. And unless I got something else going on, you know what I'm saying? I got to do that. And yes, absolutely. Bring John Williams' score back. That's classic. That is on the, like when you hear that Avengers thing, you know what I'm saying? You get excited. But that dun 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 ba 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 ba. Oh my God, that's hard. That's hard. Because if you're not in your late 20s or mid 30s, the older audience is the general public that know nothing about DC characters. I won't say that, dog, because I'm in my 40s, bro, and I know a lot about Superman. You know what I'm saying? I don't collect Superman like that because, again, I have so much money in my pocket, and I'm going to choose what I choose as far as like Marvel. You know what I'm saying? But never ever think that just the guys in my age bracket, all we know is Super Friends. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Super. Nah, I gotta bring that Williams quarterback. Nah, we ain't done, bro. Oh yeah, we are. All right, let me go ahead and wrap this up again. Thank you so very much for tuning into the Dre Max Show. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Where's my outro at, man? Let me get up out of here. Where is it?
If you came to this part of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure that you follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.